back with another one, people. Yes, sir. It is I, your guy, Space Baby Wayne, the Marshall from Harlem. You are now in tune to Battle Rap Views. Of course, we got to get it in one time for the culture. YODA Gang. Young, organized, determined achievers, guiding a new generation. We are here. Yoda Gang, Yoda Mafia, Yoda, long live YBA, long live Tech the Reaper. Major salute to everybody that's out here today. We gonna talk to somebody that y'all need to get in tune with. I'm getting familiar with myself. You hear me? By way of hailing from Denver, Colorado. Bro, he's from Denver. Where do we find these people at in battle rap, yo? Y'all think New York is the only spot? Y'all think Florida is the only spot? Y'all think ATL, Charlotte, and only these are good spots? But guess what? There's more states, more people we're getting familiar with. Sometimes you gotta leave home and make a name outside in order to come back home and get the love that you need. And this is what this young man is doing. Started his career in Miami. What's good, Keys?
Gang, gang, gang. What's happening? What's
What's good,
happening?
man?
I appreciate the platform for having me. Thank you for taking
No
the
doubt,
time out of
man.
your day to have this conversation with me, man. It's time, man. Big shouts out to you. Big shouts out to RVE. Big shouts out to Intake. We here, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, man. Tell the people who you are. Tell the people your home league if you got one. Tell the people how you got to RBE.
Hey, man, it's Keys, not Quiz. You call me Quiz. It's automatic L.
No, my fault. My fault. I called you
No,
Keys.
no, not even you. That's the intro. That's the intro. You
My,
good.
hey, look, people. I'm getting familiar with this guy.
Let
My
me
bad,
let me
dog.
dust the shoulders off real quick for him, real quick.
My
Let me
bad,
dust the
dog. My
shoulders
bad. I
off.
fucked his intro up. My bad. Start over. My fault. My fault. Let's
Yeah,
go.
but it's Keys, not Quiz. You call me Quiz, the automatic L. Shouts to the UBL. Shouts to AO Dub 305. We here. Man, the way we got to intake, man. So I was on the other league last year this time. I was on the other league. I made it to round two of the Crucible. I battled Foots. We had a great battle, and we all seen what Foots has done in his career. Big ups to him. Had a great battle. Unfortunately, I didn't get selected to move forward, and it's okay. You know, everything happens for a reason. At that time, looking back, if I was where I am now, it wouldn't be what it's not. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be what it's supposed to be. But after that, I took a few months off. Then I went and battled a dude named Madman Leak out in LA. And after I battled him, he was actually supposed to be in intake one. He sent the battle that he battled me to Wing, and she was like, "Yeah, you can be a part of the process." He got a promotion in his battle. I mean, he got a promotion at his job, so he had to unfortunately back out of the process. And I was like, you know what, RBE, that looks like a great place to go. Like, I haven't heard anything bad about them. I haven't heard any bad business. Like, yes, let's go ahead and try to pursue this. I sent the same battle to Wing, the same battle. And she was like, you know what? You're fired. Let's go ahead. Let's try to put this in there. And then I was supposed to be on intake three. It was supposed to be Keys versus Young God ATM intake three. Big shouts out to Young God ATM because that is one nigga who is a nigga of his own. Not many people can say that. He is one of one. Big shouts out to him. But I was supposed to battle him for intake three, and I was sat in the airport for 12 hours. I couldn't do nothing about it. My flight got canceled. I was talking to Wing at 4 o'clock in the morning. I didn't leave the airport till 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, I can't do it. I was about to buy a different flight to fly to Charlotte, and Zay was gonna take me out there, you know. So unfortunately, the event could happen. So she pushed me over to intake four. Now I'm battling some dude named Insight. Um,
Hold on.
go ahead.
Hold on, bro.
Go ahead.
We'll get into that. We're going to get into that, right?
We'll get into that.
Now, I remember being in the building and it was mentioning something about one of the battlers couldn't make it due to flight issues and stuff like that. Now knowing that it's you, it's like, all right, that makes sense. You know what I mean? Um, how did you initially feel when that happened? Like, did you feel like, damn, my opportunity is over, or did you feel like, yo, I got it? You know,
So, bro, I'm a real firm believer in everything happens for a reason.
facts.
Everything. And like, it sounds weird, but like me not making it there gave Muggy an opportunity versus Young God ATM. He went off. ATM went off on a short pet battle. Their battle dropped, I think, one of the first like 3 or 4 battles.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if I would have been there, who's to say it would have got that same result? And it's just the truth. It's just the truth. So with me being able to miss the event and scope the landscape and see what people, see what people want and see what people appreciate, I feel like I have an advantage. Of course, I was really pissed off that I missed the flight, that I spent all this fucking time in the airport, that I spent all this time writing. But like in the grand scheme of things, everything happens for a reason. Everything. So the fact that I'm here on intake 4, maybe I was supposed to focus on my other tournament that I had 2 weeks after that. You know what I mean? Maybe that was supposed to be the bigger focus for me at that time. So I went out there, got performance of the night, had literally arguably a better performance than Rum Nitty and Grizz on the same card.
Wait, Rum Nitty and who?
Young Grizz. The same battle, the
Right.
same battle that just dropped. Young, the
Right,
same
right.
battle that I was on that card and arguably have a stronger performance than both of them.
That's fire.
So like that's when like if I went there, who knows? I would have fucked up both. It's a possibility. It's a possibility. But here I am now, like I'm clear headed. I don't have nothing around it. I have enough time. I have enough preparation. I've been in the spaces. I've made the promos. I've talked my shit. And now it's just time to rap. Now it's just time to rap.
I see that you got hunger to you. You know what I mean? I feel like based off what I'm hearing so far, I definitely want to see you in the ring. I definitely.
So so what's crazy is you remember when they were doing that round review in the intake spaces?
Yeah.
I came in and I let y'all review my round.
Right, you did. You did.
And at the time, I don't know how many more they did after, but at the time, it was the best round that anyone's heard in the
Right.
intake. And that is the material and the level that I am trying to bring.
Right. Now you bring me back to I remember it. I remember we definitely said that you had one of the best rounds of that.
So it's just like, and that was a battle that dropped 8 months ago, happened 10 months ago. I've been in this magnitude tournament out west, started with 50. There's 2 of us left, and we're round 6. I've had 6 other battles since then. So to say that I haven't elevated from what you guys thought was quote unquote one of the best in that specific setting is gonna get dark in that room.
Hey.
It's gonna get dark.
I believe it wholeheartedly. I believe it, man, because I definitely remember we said that you had some of the best shit up there, and it's like one of those things where people got to realize when you battle, it's not just about being on camera. Sometimes people are not watching what you're doing. You know what I mean? They're listening to what you're saying. Like I'm one of those people. I'll watch the battle maybe twice, right? If I'm not gonna edit it, then I'll watch it once and listen to it again on a car ride. You know what I
That
mean?
makes sense.
Sometimes some of these battlers are not it, and some of them are like, all right, that was fire. Let me pull up
See, one thing that I've noticed about the intake process and something that Wing likes to talk about a lot is she likes to say that battling over here is different.
it is. I can
And
see that.
see, one thing that I like to pride myself on, I am a nomad. As someone who not a lot of people know, I've battled in Miami, Florida. I battled in New York. I battled in the DMV. I battled in Seattle. I battled in LA. And that's just literally the surrounding parts of the country. That's not even talking about the bumblefuck battle leagues in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I've been around enough to say that, like, respectfully, a crowd is a crowd.
Right.
I don't care if it has an RBE sticker, a KOTD sticker, a Bumblefuck Battle League sticker. You have to win that crowd. You have to. So what I do and what I pride myself on is being relatable. And the easiest way to be relatable is be yourself. You can tell when people get up there and they try to put on a show for people. It's not that they don't want a show. They want an exhibition. And the difference is an exhibition is showing them yourself. A show is you playing a character. You know, so I get up there and I just be me. and you're either gonna love it or you're gonna hate it. But at the end of it, you will remember me. There's not many people who have seen me battle who haven't remembered me. And let me put this out there for a lot of the people who don't know this. Yes, I am a member of EFB. Every fucking bar. This is facts. You can check with Gotti. You can check with Rum Nitty. I don't care who else doesn't know me. As long as them niggas know me and them niggas gave me the stamp, I'm part of the team. And I got there by doing this tournament and doing what I do. So there's not many people who can say, oh, yeah, Keith, I'm going to kick your ass. And I believe it because I stand in rooms with vets and with legends and they approve this shit time after time after time.
That's fire. So you definitely be in there sparring with the best of them then.
To say the least, you know, like I feel like the best nigga that I can call on a consistent basis to spar with is Next. Next is the nigga that I can call any time of day and be like, hey, here this material, let's run this, and we'll run the rounds, we'll go do what we have to do and move forward. But like other thing after that is just I don't spar with a lot of people. I honestly don't watch a lot of battle rap. Like it's just to the point that like if I sit and I watch a battle, I might not realize it, but subconsciously something stuck. A rhyming word, a segment, a pause, a cadence, something stuck. And I'm not one of those people who want to subconsciously do that. So I don't watch battles on my opponent until after my material's done.
I get that. I get that.
So by the time I'm done, if I hear anything, once I'm done writing and I hear anything that sounds remotely close, I can go change it because now I knew that was my first mind. So somebody else's first mind was that as well.
Right.
So like my process is a little different. It's a little different.
See that makes a lot of sense in a preparation process. You know what I mean? Typically a lot of battlers will go to their opponent's battles first and then get some hints, some clues, and be like, all right, I'm gonna write this, that. But you're
So
saying, nah, let me do the opposite. Let me write my shit first. Then I'm gonna come around and hear and see and compare the notes. That
so
take
with
no
so with insight, I actually this was like a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks ago. I went and tried to look up insight and I tried to see like, all right, let me go study some game tape. I couldn't find any.
Hey,
And
hold on.
you see, I'm not even trying to be funny though. I'm being for real. I've even brought this up in a space. Like at the time, I couldn't find any. This
Hey,
might be different by the time this drop, but like at the time, I couldn't find any.
damn, man, that's crazy as hell.
So it just really put it in my head. Once again, everything happens for a reason. No need to go watch the fucking footage. Just write and do battle myself like I always do. And as
Facts.
long as I can beat the last performance, because the last battle these niggas have to watch of me is 8 months ago. There's no recent Keys footage. You might see a clip on Twitter or a clip on Facebook, but there's no full battle of me for the last 8 months.
That's definitely true. I'm not even gonna cap to you because I looked you up and I'm like, what happened to your intake battle? But now, bing, it makes sense.
I haven't had, so it's like the person that you're preparing for, I have leveled up past that 4 or 5 times since then because I had to. Being in a tournament with niggas like Fate, Dev the Demon, K Venom was in this tournament. Not taking nothing away from the brick. He's proven he's part of this process. You know what I'm saying? But he was a part of this tournament. So the names that we were battling against to make it to where I am now, I had to level up. Had to. So the fact that these people have such old game tapes to go off of, it's an advantage for me. It's an advantage. And the fact that I don't have any of their game tapes, I'm writing purely original material. Everything is purely from the scratch. I don't have any. That's why I'm not an angler. If you watch a battle of me angling, it's because I was in the building 9 times out of 10 when I heard something that was funny. Like that's why I go out there and I talk about me and what I've done and I punch because all that watching the game tape is reiterating what's already been said to you.
So this is something I like to do, right?
Let's do it.
I like to put 3 rounds in the clip.
Okay.
I like to hand it over to the guest. You got 3 shots. You can aim at one person. You can aim at multiple people. You can hit two at one. However you want to do it.
Okay.
Take your shot at who you think needs to be gone. No matter if it's a brick, intake member, whoever.
See, all right. See, I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing here. All right, look, bro. I'm gonna say this, and I'm a Wing loves to say put a name on it. So if I had to put a name on it, bro, I'll get Jay Breed the fuck out of here.
Time out. Hold on, bruh. Time out, bruh. And it's crazy. I literally just got through watching again. I just watched
He did great. He did great. And see, I'm not one of them niggas who gonna sit there and disrespect somebody just for like some clicks and some views. Like Jay Breed did great, and that's why I would want to battle that nigga. But I feel like I'll get him the fuck out of here.
I want to see that now. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And then if you want to drop down to us intake niggas, I need to get I am spoken out of here once we both bricks. And then and you said three, right? You said I got three. I'm a brave nigga. Fuck it. They might all shoot.
Sometimes you can shoot somebody and go straight through and hit somebody else too.
I got great aim. I got great aim. I promise. And then I've said this publicly. The only battle that I really like, if somebody was like, "Hey, do this battle for me," I want my rematch with Pain.
All right. That you didn't mention that publicly. You definitely said that on the spaces. I remember it. I remember it. Like, don't get me wrong.
Like, I'm not one of them niggas that sit here and just like throw names out to like stir up the pot. Everything that I do is meticulated. You know what I'm saying? It's calculated. And me battling Pain, that's the one blemish on my record. That's the one. It's not like that's the only loss I have, but that's the one battle where I didn't like that. It wasn't me, to say the least. So I want to get that off my record. And then as far as Jay Breed goes, you did great. You did great. I would love to battle a nigga who likes to talk shit like that. Let's go. And then Spoken, he's one of them niggas who they boosted him up a little too soon.
Talk about it.
Once again, I'm not finna sit here and disrespect him, but it's just the truth. I Am Spoken got to the point where after his first two showings in intake, he felt that he could do no wrong. And then we saw what happened in intake 3. It's not that he was bad, but if you put intake 1 and 2 versus intake 3, there's no comparison. I hope Gary Austin brought him back to what he wants to be and what he's proven that he can be. But if not, Gary might get him the fuck out of here, and he might not become a brick if we're gonna be 1,000%.
Hey, you might be on to something.
Look, bro, I don't do a lot of like, and I told Wing, I've already, especially going into intake 4, being in intake 3 and being in all the spaces and being in all the face-offs and talking all my shit all the time and then having to do it all over again, it's difficult. So I make sure that the times that I do speak, it's loud, it's clear, and y'all can understand. I don't want to have to be those people who have to speak a billion times for you to get my point. I'm not hard to find. I'm not hard to reach. So when I speak, I don't want to have to repeat myself in certain situations. That's really all it comes down to. Everybody likes to be seen. Being seen is the first way to get shot. The first way to get shot.
That's a fact. That's definitely a fact, though. That's definitely a fact, man. I feel like you got an energy that's about to shake the room.
It
You know
has
what I mean?
to.
For some reason, it to me, like I tell people all the time, it be the quiet ones that be the most deadliest.
Bro, I grew up where Columbine started. We've been shooting up the class since 99. We've been doing this forever. Forever.
Man, listen, oh, this man is up here talking, dogs. He up here talking. Listen, I like it. I like it. Now I'm gonna ask you, how do you feel about intake 4? The people that you up there with, do you feel like they got it? Do you feel like they got a chance
See,
against 1 through 3?
everybody keeps saying the people that you're up there with, and like I was explaining this to Wing and explaining this to the team. We're only friends, quote unquote, to a certain extent.
Right.
If it was up to me, yes, everybody in intake 4 would win. Sure, as long as I'm one of the 16. And like we have to understand that this is a competition.
Facts.
We can rah and rally behind the next nigga as much as we want, but we still have to show up and do our part.
Facts.
And that, like, a lot of people feel that it needs to be like this super strong camaraderie, and it's like maybe once we're bricks, maybe once we make the next step of the process, because if we fuck up, we going back to our home league and none of this mattered. None of this mattered. Our friendship that we had for the last month, that don't matter. So it's just like all I want is, I'm not the type of nigga to wish ill on nobody else. I just wish more for me.
Facts.
That's it. So as far as everybody else is concerned, I don't give a fuck which 15 other niggas make it. It could be all 15 from intake 4. It could be 14 from intake 1 and 1 from intake 2 and nobody from intake 3, vice versa. However they want to mix it up, as long as I'm one of them. I don't care.
I get that. I get that. So you feel like you definitely belong in the top 16 no matter what.
Look, without being like, without saying too much, bro, they didn't have 16 last time. You've heard Wing say this in spaces. They didn't have 16. You know why they didn't have 16? Because I wasn't there. They had 12. 4 niggas skated because they needed 16. And then you got 2 other extra groups, the unusual suspects, hateful. That's a lot of malarkey and niggas who want to be seen. Once again, that's all it. People want a title. That's all that is. People feel better when they have a title. So, oh yeah, I'm part of the unusual suspects. That means you lost to 15 or 16 other people and you're happy about it. No. You part of the hateful 8, you lost to 22 other people and you're happy about it.
Yo, he's talking this shit, bro. Hey, I'm listening and I'm like, yo, I can't dispute that. I cannot dispute that. Because at the end of the day, it's definitely a competition. And it's like, if you're not in the top
Bro,
five,
how many? Okay, you've been part of this whole process. You've been in about 80% of these spaces. How many people are in intake?
a lot.
A lot. Only 16 are getting chosen. Why am I holding your hand?
That's valid. That is valid, man. That is valid. Everybody in the intake, listen, y'all could be friends all y'all want. But it's
And
still
I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying don't support the next nigga when it's they turn to battle, when they posting shit to promote. But at the end of the day, when it comes time for us to rap, they're not gonna give a fuck about how friendly we were.
right.
They're gonna care about who rapped better, who promoted better, who brought people, who's gonna increase their revenue stream. This is a business.
Right.
And my mama told me since I can understand English, never operate business off emotion. Never. So as much as I want to be rah-rah and buddy with everybody, it's like I see what y'all doing, but I'm gonna choose to do the same process a little differently. I'm gonna promote, I'm gonna talk, I'm gonna be visible enough to everyone that they understand that I'm serious about this. But I can't be your best friend when you got a clip aimed at me. I can't. It's hard.
I get that. I definitely get that. I definitely get that. This is like survival of the fittest, so you can't trust nobody in this process.
Bro, ATM is one of my like real life homies. That's one of my like real life. You my dog. And I said I wanted to battle him for intake 3 because at the end of the day, I'm trying to get my homie a shot, and he giving me a shot on a bigger platform. Let's make it happen for the family. But at the end of it, if I lost or he lost real bad, we wouldn't be here, and we both understood that. So like when it comes to the people that I'm super close with in this culture, we know there's still a fucking job to do. And a lot of these people don't know how to separate that.
True. That's definitely true. I agree. A lot definitely don't know how to separate personal side from the business side. At the end of the day, this is a sport and it's entertainment.
Bro, unless you come into my Thanksgiving and Christmas on a consistent basis, bro, you're not my family.
Right, and I get that. I totally get that. So let's go over to the max out card.
Oh man.
How you feel about that pay per view?
Oh man. I think so. I heard it first. I heard it first because I was at work, driving and shit, so I couldn't actually watch it. And I just want to say that like niggas was rapping. Niggas was rapping. And that gets taken for granted so much in this culture that for me to be able to sit and listen to the battle and be happy and to be engaged in it, that meant a lot for me. Meant the world to me. From start to finish, from the undercards, from the J Breeds all the way up to the fucking Big Ks. It was a great fucking card. Great card. Now, of course, there's always going to be moments in every card, no matter what. There's never going to be a perfect card in battle rap. Never. Never. It's too many fucking variables to put these cards together anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I feel like the weird thing, I actually had to go watch the security pushing Cino. I watched the whole battle leading up to that moment, and unfortunately the battle itself was lackluster compared to everything else on the card. I feel like if we had to rate that battle, that would be one of the bottom two cards. I mean, one of the bottom two battles. And that's no disrespect. It's a fucking great card.
It's your opinion, bro.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, considering who you guys were on a card with, you guys deserve to be there. It just wasn't up to everyone else. But with that being said, I didn't see anything that Cino did to deserve that. Nothing. Nothing. And this is coming from a fan, a battler, someone who's thrown events. It does not make sense to me why the security felt compelled to do that. It doesn't. And I just hope that at some point, I don't know if there already has been, I just hope that there is an apology or that like some type of formal like, hey, bro, we fucked up. Because that wasn't a good look for Cino. You could